be enough to take out Joker. But Tilted definitely putting up a pretty solid fight so far.
Yes. Yeah, I think Tilted started strong, but then it was Cola holding the center, and then, like we were, just saying, he was able to hold on to that 86% for such a long time, and in such a quick interaction, increased the damage on Joker so quickly.
Yeah, so Roy is one of those characters that's like really good at rush down, really good at just snowballing a bunch of damage. Kind of like being trapped in the corner with like strike throw with Cammy. It's just like you're just getting smothered out and you have to just make like panic decisions and they're all kind of bad for you. Roy is a character that's pretty similar to that. So him being able to just really keep Joker under pressure right there, even though Joker's a fantastic character. Like that, if we're talking like tier list wise, Joker's a little higher tier than Roy. Not like a lot, but higher. But yeah, when you're getting smothered, it doesn't matter what game you're playing. It doesn't matter who you are. You have to be able to respond to that pressure. So hopefully Tilted can clean things up a little bit for game 2. I feel like he has some great ideas on how to handle Roy's aggression, but we just need to see them actually execute it.
Also, we did see a little bit of a back and forth earlier, and okay, walking in with Joker again. I thought we may see a character switch to Roy, possibly.
So Cola has a really, really good Roy. He's also one of the best Clouds. He plays a couple characters at this really high level. But I think because the Roy matchup is a little bit more volatile, Cloud might be a little bit more consistent for him, so that's why we're seeing this switch. Tilted's still going to be on the Joker, though, which, again, still a great character, not a bad matchup, but Cola is just, like, one of the best players in the world, so it's just going to be a tough day.
Okay, here you go with the launch again. 118, 132. Man, unbelievable. That's a quick reset there and almost instantaneous right as soon as the round started.
Like, Cola got the first stock, but you can tell he's joking around. He went for a kill option where he couldn't recover from it, but, we have that top player confidence, and you have those 3 stocks to play with. You don't really mind. So that aside, only just now getting hit for the first time for just that dash attack, but Cola's already racking up damage, and Tilted's still stuck on his back foot.
Yes, and he's doing a good job trying to zone Tilted out there a little bit with those waves, but here we go with the up close and launched right off his side yet again.
Ooh,
all right. Here we go, Tilted once again with the higher percentage.
Still down, but not out all the way. He's finding some good options. He's getting some solid punishes on Cola, but just like you pointed out in the first game, still struggling to maintain that center stage, and Cola perfectly fine to just keep spacing him out with those back airs and just racking up damage. And now Cloud with full limit. Just know Cloud is very, very scary with limit. You will see why shortly. But Tilted, even at just 53%, could die right now if he's not careful, and that is it!
That is it.
Called it.
Fantastic. Unbelievable stuff there. Huge damage with Cloud. Cola really establishing the momentum and the tempo in the matches.
Yeah, it is very hard to take the pace away from a player like Cola. Obviously, he's so experienced, but the characters he plays are so scary and so in your face. It takes a lot of effort to like maintain stage control, how much stage you want to give up to actually like control the pace of the match. But yeah, so basically when Cloud has limit, all of his B moves get really enhanced, and the one that he killed with finishing touch, it kills anywhere after like really like 45, 50%, even lower if you're like at the top of the screen. So in that scenario where he was only at 53%, he goes for that up tilt, and it's pretty much a 50-50, do I jump or air dodge or whatever. But if Cola guesses right, he wins the game, and that's what happened. He guessed right, so he won the game. Yeah, Cloud's scary, and that used to be better. In this version of that used to be better than it is now. This is the nerf version of it. So in the previous Smash game, when Cloud would have limit, it was just on until he used one of those specials, and it was nightmarish. All of my people, Kubrick's there, PTSD, But in this game, it has a 15-second timer, so he has to kind of like, use it or lose it, basically.
Right. I feel that Tilted was really trying his best to combat the barrage of what Cola was trying to do. I can't help but wonder if he would have changed characters instead of committing to Joker the whole entire time. It might have helped him a little in the long run, because I feel like Cola had a bit of a read of the playstyle Tilted had. Yeah,
and I mean, this is just one of those players that is, he's just so experienced. He's been at it for so long. Honestly, I feel like either DreamHack or MomoCon, one of the Georgia majors is where Cola got his start as a kiddo.
Yes.
But speaking of really talented players from the South, we got Jazzo coming in. Now, Jazzo, best kin player in the world. Him and Vendetta keep it pretty close, but I'm going to give it to Jazzo because this year at Supernova, which is functionally the Super Bowl of Smash Bros. It's the biggest event of the year. Jazzo was able to make it in the top 8 out of like 2,500 players, which was like this was like Supernova this year was like one of the hardest Smash tournaments ever, and he just made top 8 back in August, so he's got a lot of momentum on his side. Pretty sure he got pretty far in doubles yesterday too, so we're going to see some legendary stuff from Jazzo, and then his opponent, Kadei, again, just like we saw with Tilted, definitely the underdog, but we're going to have to see if they can, make some crazy upsets.
Fantastic. Yeah, great stuff there, and, we'll have to see, especially as it looks like we're just sort of also waking up for our matches today.
Yeah, we're all tired.
It's early because you have to figure too. People are traveling in all over from West Coast, East Coast. Really true. Also international.
Oh yeah, a lot of
international
people
too. So we're seeing a little bit of yawns as everyone's locking into their characters here. And we're going to have actually this is a Capcom and SNK true
it is.
matchup here. Ken versus Terry.
If you close your eyes, we're watching City of the Wolves right now.
That's right.
Technically. But yes, Jazzo coming in now. Ken versus Terry. All the FGC characters in this game are all pretty strong, viable for their own reasons. They're all obviously super good at scrapping. They have their own different ways to take stocks early. They're both scary. Just so you know, when Terry gets to about 100%, from then on he has access to go. So he has functionally, we're just going to say he pretty much has like super meter once he's after 100%, and his moves get way scarier. Meanwhile, in this game, Ken, amazing at boxing. His Shoryuken is a really powerful kill move.
Yes.
So, yeah, SF6, City of the Wolves, Ken's the same. He's going to be viable.
Oh, my gosh.
Just pretty much.
Fantastic launch. Try to follow it up with the Hadouken there. Man, good stuff there with the lows, too.
There it
really
is.
Liking how Jazzo is keeping the pressure on the ground and then trying to force Terry off the side.
Yeah, it's really important for when you're playing against Terry, it's really important not to let him linger anywhere past 100 because he's so dangerous. So you saw once those higher percents came for Terry, he was only going for really low committal down tilts.
Right.
Just, stuff that's really safe on shield so he wouldn't have to worry about trading because Terry can obliterate you, especially at 145%.
There you go again with those crouching shorts, really, which would be for Street Fighter there, but nice job in Tatsumaki for the corner carry.
He's dead.
Oh, that is it. Fantastic. Yeah, the Shoryuken knocked him right off the stage. Unbelievable stuff there.
I hate that you're seeing this in real time being like, surely he's not dead. Oh, no. Oh, girl, he's dead. Yeah, so in Smash Ultimate, obviously, rage is a huge factor. The higher your percent, the higher your knockback becomes. So Ken already has a lot of knockback, but now his percent is insanely high, so really, really dangerous stuff here for Terry. He's got to find a way to close his stock out, and that up B off stage is not going to help. Jazzo definitely getting a lot of free damage for it.
That's right. And here we go. Damage really adding up on Terry's side here. Fantastic stuff, and that really shows how clutch Jazzo is playing right now because he's holding it at 171, and he's going to get another confirm here over Terry.
And the crazy thing is, when you see people with percents this high, normally you expect them to back off and play more defensively. Jazzo, his mentality for neutral never changed. He's like, I know the next hit kills me, but it doesn't matter if I don't get hit. So, hey, lesson for you at home. A lot of people get a little gun shy, or they're way less, way more concerned about what they should throw out on neutral because their percent is so high.
Right.
But Jazzo, even at 174, was like, I'm going to keep pressuring you until you make a mistake.
That's
and then, so clean 3 stock for Jazzo.
Yeah, very, very good stuff there. I feel that Kanda, even though a very formidable Terry, that Jazzo knew the matchup so incredibly well that you were saying how Terry was trying to access that bigger damage the further into the higher count that he gets. Jazzo was not allowing him the ability to confirm into that damage.
Yeah, Jazzo was just, again, spacing Terry out with those down tilts. Also, his shield reactions have been really good. He's got a lot of parries as well.
Yes.
Parry is a universal thing, but it looks a little bit cooler when the Street Fighter characters do it. They give you the third strike sound, just, for us. But here we go. A quick 0 to death from Jazzo. Only about 2 interactions. That's all it took. Pretty much got 2 touch there, and it is starting all over again as these up tilts come out from Jazzo for the next stop. Ooh, the screen is flickering a lot for us. Sorry, so we're missing some of these interactions here, but you see that Kadei is trying to fight back, but Jazzo's just really, really hard to get an opening on.
Yes, fantastic parry once again, and when it seems Terry is in that landing state, he's just being air juggled then at that point, and that's a tremendous conversion of damage over to Jazzo.
Yeah, and this, he tried to finish with the spike right there. Could have been enough here. Okay, crack shoot gonna at least give him an opening, but gets tagged by the focus. You are super out of here, and that is an easy game for Jazzo.
Sure, you can on the crouch state there. Fantastic stuff. Kanda really had tried his best with Terry, but in the end, it was the fire of Ken that closed out the game.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Ken. Both of those characters have insane knockback, like don't get it twisted, but it's so much easier for Ken to just set that up with just like down tilt or something like that, because it's just so good on shield. It's so disjointed. It also like sets up for all his combos. Down tilt and up tilt are really good combo tools, and also Terry is heavier, so it's even easier to get those combos. So yeah, that was just Terry really needed to find some openings with like some low committal stuff like jabs, so he can set up for his other combos. But again, Jazzo's one of the best in the world, so that went about how I expected.
Fantastic. Great stuff there. So we've seen two so far very strong games from Cola with Roaring Cloud and then Jazzo sticking through the whole time with Ken so far for our Super Smash Bros. Here at DreamHack. So yeah, the matches have been very good so far. And it looks like we have our next match is getting ready to head on up to the stage here. We're going to have on player 1 side a Retro 18 versus player 2
I'm not dyslexic and I'm not having a stroke, and I'm saying that not because I think it's true. I'm just trying to confirm to myself. Pro Mama Mia? I can't talk. I'm not hooked on phonics. Pro.
Maybe
Retro versus Pro.
Promama Mia?
Promama Mia.
Promama Mia sounds good.
Promama Mia?
Mamma Mia. That's it. We got a good one.
Pro Mama Mia. There we go. Jesus. Thank you. Oh my God.
Very
You'll
nice.
listen when y'all don't come at me crazy. When you see the overlay, you'll be like, oh, I get it. Like I promise you, there's just a lot of vowels hanging out
There's
there.
a lot of M's, a lot of A's. Very good.
I'm scared to even look up Pro Mama Mia because it's going to take forever in the app for me to spell it right. But anyway, we got Retro 18 versus Pro Mama Mia, so we're going to have a little bit less of the top talent coming to the stage, at least immediately. Of course, this is a huge bracket. There's about, I think I saw like 178, 180-ish players here. So
yes, that's a fantastic turnout.
I'm curious to know what this event is rated on like Lumi Rank too, because we do have we got
heavy hitters.
Some pretty heavy hitters here.
Absolutely. Yeah, fantastic stuff there.
So, because you are, primarily a Street Fighter person, who do you main in Street Fighter?
In Street Fighter 6, I play Blanca and DJ mainly, but
Good
then
choices.
I do modern Elena.
Really?
Yes.
Do you like her?
I like Elena a lot. She's so much fun. How about you?
So, I've been a JP main since day one.
Very nice.
And
Very nice.
I was grinding it so hard leading up until about Frosty Faustings. I think that was like my last actual Street Fighter bracket because Marvel Rivals came out and just took over my life. Like, I literally switched genres of game, which I've never done before. But I've been playing JP the whole time, so obviously huge Kakadu fan, and the news about Kakadu really, hurt. But I think Street Fighter 6 is fun. I kind of tapped out right around a little bit probably before Elena dropped and before maybe Mai. I'm not sure if Mai was out for Frosties. It was probably around that time. But I still watch the game from time to time. Viper just dropped, and I begged for Viper for over a decade. So I really need to hit the lab and pick her up.
She's a lot of fun. Has a lot of fantastic cancel options, additional moves. But one of the ways that they have figured out how to balance her more is the moves, say her command jump and extensions cost 1 bar.
Which makes sense because, I didn't play competitive SF4, but I would go back and watch Latif and watch the other top Vipers just because that character is so sick and so flashy.
Yes.
I understand why she has that, and I understand why. Also, making her, super jump and her command jump take the meter, but also giving her that install, she gets so much value out of that 1 bar install. I'm like, this character seems nuts to me, but it's still early. She's only been out for a couple weeks, so.
Yeah. Yeah, she's new. But I'm sure, we may see some fantastic Viper play here at DreamHack. That is going to be tomorrow. But let's check out our match here. We're going to have Roy versus Banjo.
All right, yeah, we're getting some more Roy here. So Banjo, kind of an interesting character in the meta. Solid, kind of tricky mid-tier character. They have a lot of solid zoning options. They have some interesting hit confirms. You're going to see this really egregious move called Wonder Wing. Where he just has hyper armor and he's gold and it just takes half the stage. So it's very, very powerful, but that's the only kind of move in this game where he has ammo on it. He can only do 5 of them per stock. See how those feathers went down?
Yes.
So that move is crazy, but it's literally like a loaded gun. Like, you only have so many shots with it.
Oh, very good. Oh, man, we're seeing a lot of whiffs here on the side of Banjo, and fantastic confirms for Roy on the negative state of those. Fantastic launch.
Yeah, that was a close situation right there because he was able to interrupt that Wonder Wing before it started. It does have a little bit of time in startup, but once it's going, the Hyper Armor is insane, and you'll just lose every trade with it. So right now, really scrappy match. Both players really close in percent here.
That's right.
Up tilt? Yep. All right.
That's amazing. Good stuff there with the command grab. Awesome. And here we are. Man, at 123, Banjo really holding his own still, but fighting his way from that launch state again.
Yeah, so Banjo has like multiple jumps. That side B is also a recovery tool. And now that he has a percent lead, because he can spend so much time just kind of chipping away with you with projectiles, even though Roy is really scary, he does have to still navigate through it all. And right now, it looks like that is going to be a little bit tough because, Banjo can just rack up so much damage. But we do at least have 2 stocks apiece here.
Here we go with lunch yet again here, and Roy, fighting his own at 109. Okay, good use of armor here for Banjo, and he's dropping his bombs.
Yeah, he's setting up a lot of bombs at the ledge. It just covers so many situations, and so does that F smash, but Retro was just barely able to get out of the way in time there. Still at really high percents. Roy's a great character to rack up damage and make these comebacks, but he has to find these openings, and Banjo, that was a pretty big whiff right there on that up smash, but
and that's the thing, Banjo, just like you were saying a little bit earlier, really accessing a lot of the armor, but Roy doing a good job catching the damage of Banjo up to his at this point.
So at those higher percents, that down throw has like a berry effect to it, and there's a couple like kill confirms that Banjo can get out of it depending on how fast you mash. So 2 for 2, we're seeing that right there happen to Retro. Got to like 120, 130, and just kind of forced it out from the throw. Meanwhile, I cannot read this player's name. Oh, it still says Kaden. Sorry. Pro Mamma Mia. I don't think the overlay got updated, but Mamma Mia in the lead right now. Still got a couple Wonder Wings as well, so Roy has to be very careful. And as I said, sleep at the wheel, getting tagged for like another 30%.
That's right. And here we go. A little bit of spaghetti there on the side, but a launch again. And here we go. Banjo now trying to hold his own with a lower percentage on his side.
Still got the lead, but obviously you don't want to get too comfortable and let Roy make those comebacks. So right now, you see Roy kind of just trapped at the ledge and unfortunately was forced to air dodge from one of those bombs and could not make it back up in time. The ledge was really scary. The F smash could have killed him if his hand had touched it, so kind of panicked in that situation. So Pro Mamma Mia is going to take game 1.
That was very interesting because at the initial start of the game, Retro 18 and Pro Mamma Mia were neck and neck and going back and forth with each other. And then Pro Mamma Mia really then started to take the lead and get the confirms on Roy a lot more. Then we did see a bit more of a back and forth, but it just wasn't enough. Yeah,
just wasn't enough to actually secure the game for him. But let's see if game 2 can go any better. Right there. So Banjo being able to neutral air on shield this well against Roy is big because Roy wants to pressure you in your shield and make you panic, but that move has a pretty big hitbox coming out of shield, so Roy has to be a little bit more careful when he picks his shots on the offense.
I'm liking these trap setups that Banjo is doing with the bombs right now, but what we're also seeing is that Retro, I'm liking how he's going on those little platforms above and going for cross-up opportunities.
Yeah, he's trying to use those platforms to his advantage. Both these characters very good at abusing the platforms on this stage.
Yes.
Roy, so close to taking that stock. Banjo either just heavy enough or just a couple percents too light to actually die for it. But this is a much more even game than game 1.
Yes.
Only about 10% separating them. Now only just 3%. And again, the good thing about that is Banjo can cover the ledge, but he's from underneath that platform, so if Roy rolls in, he can cover that option too. So it's just tough for Roy to get back to the stage.
Yeah, I'm really liking that ledge control, but here we go. Everybody down to 0. And, oh my gosh, fantastic confirm here for Roy.
Yeah, really racking up that damage. Starting to slow the pace down a little bit. Again, like we said earlier with these rushdown characters, the pace means a lot. But now, oh wow, we got jump scared by Tong for a second. Sorry. I mean, shout out to the homie, but he's not in this match. But now you see that Banjo's just trying to make things a little bit slower because, like, if you're trying to just go, all gas, no brakes against Roy, Roy's going to win out every time. So it's really going to be hard to determine who's going to be in control here.
Yeah, right now it looks like, I was just going to say, it looked like Roy had control of the ledge, but here goes Banjo once again. Shoving, he's really trying to push Roy off to the side there. Nice use of armor into that command spin. Well done.
See, look, all that ledge coverage, he covered the roll, he covered neutral get up with those bombs, but wasn't able to actually finish things off here. And now jab in the back air, or as we call it, the jair. Gonna clean up that stock nice and easy for Roy at about 100. He's still got a good 20-30% before getting grabbed can be his death. So right now he's going in, racking up 52% immediately from that angel platform and making it tough.
Aerial juggle there. Oh my goodness, trying to hold on to the ledge. Emergency state. Oh my goodness. So close.
Yeah, that was a tough. I think Roy got stage spiked there without his jump, so there just wasn't a way he could have recovered. So
this match is the exact mirror opposite of the match we saw earlier. So right now, Roy being in control further into this game as we go, and Banjo right now seeing big conversions of damage on his side.
Yeah, he's trying to find something here. Throwing out those Wonder Wings. Only got about 2 left, so he's got to be really cautious. But it did give him an opening, and he is back at center stage. Catching Roy out of his jump is going to set up for even more damage here. So you see him trying to be as careful as he possibly can.
Right.
Honestly, with all this rage on Banjo, this is getting pretty close to even here.
Yes.
We just need Pro Mamma Mia to find a way to actually finish his stock off, because now...
And it was the bomb assist there. Fantastic stuff. VMware at 95% to 177. Roy just gaining the damage. Unbelievable. Wow, what a clutch play there by Banjo.
Yeah, I mean, that side B is such a strong burst option. You kind of always have to respect it. If anything, you want to try to, like parry it or bait it out in some way, but if it's active and you're swinging at it, that is just a running train. So you saw that Roy had his forward air out, but the hyper armor, it doesn't matter. So that's going to be a 2-0 dub for Banjo right there. I mean, good stuff. I feel like Roy was really, really close to taking us to a game 3, but those little teeny tiny combos just brought everything back, and once it gets to like a high pressure situation with Banjo, he just has really crazy options to secure the kill. So
yeah, Retro, I think he had the right idea, especially in using those platforms for a bit of a cross-up opportunity for the confirms. But in that second game, Pro Mamma Mia, even though he was down, he ended up getting the confirm with the big damage with those bombs, locking Retro down from being able to use the platforms, and then that's when he got the big launch for the damage. That was fantastic. Very, very close games.
Yeah, very good games there, yeah. All right, coming up next, we have Omega versus Source Code. So Omega, yet another top player going to be coming up here. One of the best jokers in the business. I feel like him, Leo, like those top level jokers, Omega's like right there. He's got a lot of great results really all throughout the year here, so definitely going to be a treat. You saw some Joker earlier. Now you're going to get to see what top level Joker looks like.
Yes.
And in the early stages of this game, Joker was the first DLC, and he was like very much the #1 character in the game, and then he got power crept really hard by one, patches and nerfs, but two, the other DLC that eclipse Joker in like a crazy way. But the character is still really, really, really powerful.
Yes.
So you're going to get to see some pretty crazy stuff. So when Arsene is active, his moves change. He gets way more knockback than he normally would get. His recovery gets worse, but everything else he does gets better. So you're going to see some crazy stuff from him. The main thing you're going to see from Joker when Arsene is not active is Joker has this counter called Rebel's Guard, where he just stands like this.
Okay.
And anything that hits him, the damage is reduced really heavily, but it builds his Arsene meter.
Oh,
so you're going to start to see, he's going to try to bait stuff out to be like, oh, I want to charge up to get Arsene so I can get stronger, and then you'll see. You'll see. This character's crazy.
Close out the round easier.
Yes, way easier.
Very nice.
And it's even to the point where, like, Joker with Arsene is so scary, it is very common for people, when they lose their stock, to literally just stand there on the Angel platform and let the clock go down as much as possible.
Oh, wow.
Just to not even interact with it. Like,
sure.
They would rather not even take the damage from it.
They'd rather turtle the clock.
Yeah, literally.
That's amazing.
The counterplay is timer scam. That's how scary it is. Genuinely. So we should be seeing that here in a moment. And Source Code, which is a very funny name, and I hope it doesn't break anything when I look it up in the app. But Not
Fantastic
sure
stuff.
about source code. We're going to
So-
take a look here shortly.
And actually, we're going to be using the app that is the Super Major app, and it has unbelievable data on the majority of players in the Super Smash Bros. Scene. And initially, that app started for Smash Bros.
Yes, it started for Smash Bros. We used to have something called Smash Player Database, and then it became this app, and which honestly the app is even better because obviously it's just the palm of my hand and it runs a lot faster. But basically it aggregates a bunch of data from Start GGG, and then as of this year has expanded to Street Fighter, Guilty Gear, Tekken 8, and a couple other games, and obviously Melee and Rivals 2.
Very nice.
So the app is very, very useful. This is not a sponsored post. I can't remember who built the app, but you have a fan in me because
It's very convenient.
a lot of handwritten
It's
notes I
very
don't have to
good.
worry about as much anymore. But anyway, yes,
Wrong
so
with that.
Omega.
And it automatically updates too, so that when these players are done, it will help pull some of the information from Start GG and then create it so that whenever you type in the person, you get their profile. Very nice.
Yep. So
Here
just
we
like
go. We got our stage select going.
yep, and of course because we have Kazuya in this game, that means we have access to Tekken music, which I prayed for.
Go.
And I was like, oh, I hope we get Kazuya at some point. And then I saw how he plays, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to put him back. That character is...
Hey, I was going to say, if we see Kazuya, that'd be wonderful, because we had Ken, we had Terry, now we have Kazuya on there.
You will
Feel
be
right at home.
gobsmacked with what that character does in this game. EWGF is so far beyond the EWGF we know in Tekken, which was already good in Tekken. But that is a nuclear bomb of a move in this game. It is an insane thing. So if we see a Kazuya, you'll probably get jump scared by some stuff, and I'll have to show you why that's horrific. But yes, so we should be getting into this match in a moment.
Possibly.
Yes, another Joker for sure from Omega, and it looks like Source Code is going to be playing Incineroar. So this character, very, very strong knockback, very easy to get kills with, but he's really slow and he's pretty heavy. So you don't see a lot of big combo strings from Incineroar typically unless you're like really, really, really good. But he is dangerous. So you pretty much treat her like your grappler archetype. It's like, all right, if you do get to me, it's going to be rough, but the neutral is going to be way more handled by the faster, slippier characters like Joker.
Oh, okay, here we go. Nice stuff. Incineroar really trying to hold the center of the screen here right now. Good usage of projectiles by Joker trying to force Incineroar. Here we go with the launch off the side. Incineroar is really trying to save his own, holding onto the ledge there.
What you just saw was about a half-screen command grab that kills. So it's like way faster running bear grab, basically, and he can either choose to send you behind him or up. The version behind him is stronger. So you got to be really careful. The reason you're seeing Omega spend so much time with those projectiles is that he doesn't want to box with Incineroar because the risk-reward is just way in Incen's favor. But forcing out that air dodge, that's going to be an easy stock for Omega with Arson back here. Like, Omega has the lead, does not want to go in.
No.
And almost got a
Good
shield
stuff
broken.
there, yeah, good stuff there with the Lariat and Incineroar, just like you were saying, because of a little bit more of the difficulty to move, he's holding his positioning a little bit more than Joker is. We're seeing a much more active play on Joker's side.
Yeah, it's one of those things where when Joker does see when Omega does see an opening, he's going to try to optimize the combo as far as possible, but he's not going to overcommit because you don't want to get hit by like a crazy, hyper armored move from Incin at a disadvantage.
Right.
Now that was really clean, using the drag down on the up air to lead to the down smash. Clean Joker play, so he's up 2 stocks, and this could be a lot of damage. Incin has a move called Revenge, which is basically a counter that like super increases his knockback on his next attack, so you have to be careful for that too.
Yes, and right now Joker doing a fantastic job, initially walling a source code out, but here we go, and that's the game. Wow.
Yeah, source code went a little bit too low there.
Yes.
So that is going to be a 3 stock for Omega. It's one of those things where obviously Joker's the better character and Omega's a top player, but at all levels of play, you have to play that matchup with so much respect.
Yes. Yeah, I feel that source code, he did have a couple of opportunities there. Just like you had said before, Sai, an opportunity to get that bigger command grab, but he just wasn't able to capitalize on that big damage that he needed against Joker.
Yeah.
Or do you believe that you think that we may see a character switch at this point?
If he has another character, it probably wouldn't be a bad idea. I mean, Incin doesn't have a great matchup spread, but like, if he's right and he just kills you, then it is what it is. It's kind of like like if you go back to like Third Strike, you see Hayao with Hugo. Like Hugo's obviously not like an amazing character, but if you're right, you're going to win the round.
That's right.
He's one of those kind of characters. So it
We
looks
might
like
be dealing with the Heyo of Incineroars here.
we could be. We'll have to see how flexible the player is. But
That's right.
in the meantime, it looks like they're running it back. Going to take it to FD.
Yes, and no platforms on this stage.
Yeah, no platforms for Joker to get those extensions. Honestly, this stage makes a lot of sense for Incent to pick, but Omega still, even without the platforms, getting great combos regardless.
That's right, forces Incineroar right off the side here, and Incineroar once again, trying to hold his own, but Fantastic confirms here and confirms to this air juggle opportunities for Joker.
Yeah, you see Omega staying out of max range, doesn't want to risk getting tagged by too much.
No.
A little, Source went a little too low and couldn't make it.
Couldn't
Unfortunate.
get back to the ledge again. Oh my gosh. Okay, nice use of armor there, and I'm really liking this zoning game that Joker is doing right now. Nice change of tempo.
Yeah, you see the way Omega is like spacing out, using neutral air and those other aerials at like maximum range. So it's like either connected and I get something, or you're not going to whiff punish me for it. Source Code does at least get the damage from that side B, but makes kind of a risky recovery, and Omega's still able to pick up some extra damage on the side there.
Okay, here we go. Joker now barely holding onto the ledge. He forced his zone to the center of the screen there.
Wow,
that damage is adding up.
He low profiled that command grab. Joker is kind of the king of hurtbox shifting, unfortunately, which is one of the things I hate about him. They made this character skinny.
Yes.
And when he's dashing, he's really low to the ground, so.
Oh, so then his hurtbox goes
Tiny.
lower.
Tiny
oh, my
for some
goodness
reason. Yeah, even that trench coat is like way bigger than his. The trench coat is not the hurtbox, so. Yeah, otherwise Source Code would have gotten the stock, and Omega might clean it up here. Yes, is able to win that after all.
Well done, finally. Joker was really holding his own there with that 133, but here we go. Great stuff there for Omega. Well done.
So in that scenario, basically, Joker obviously was up 2 stocks, so he had plenty of time to just play with that stock and go, you know what, I can't make it back to the stage, but neither can you. So he kind of just, not greased him per se, but he knew that Source Code couldn't make it back if he kept bothering him. So he pretty much went, he intentionally threw that stock away to win the game.
Right. Well done. You know, unbelievable matches between Omega and Source Code there. I believe, we did see a lot of solid play there by Incineroar, but he just wasn't able to slow down the speed of Joker and the mix-up opportunities, the aerial juggle opportunities, and then whenever he would get off the side, he just could never find his way back to the ledge again. It was hard.
Inson's one of those characters where he really punishes you for overextending or for misspacing what you're doing, but Joker, by design, a lot of his pressure is really, really, really safe, and he has to make like a pretty big mistake for you to find like a good opening.
Right.
So because of that, and because Omega just stayed out of like Incineroar's like boxing range or his burst range with that command grab or dash attack and stuff like that, it was just kind of like a death by 1,000 cuts. And the lariats, lariat out of disadvantage is, as you know, any game that has a lariat in it is always like really crazy. So that's gonna do it there. But we got our next players coming up to the match. Player 1's name is Aoashi Season 2 2026. And player 2 is WNL, the company Hutchzilla. They're just going band for band with crazy tags. I'm not sure if Aoashi has anything to do with. Oh my god, it reminds me of this anime I think he's talking about, but I might be wrong. I don't want to misquote the wrong anime. But you got some more local talent coming up to DreamHack, of course. And as always, thanks so much for tuning in to the stream. We're getting to see some local players that are on the come up, and we're getting to see a lot of top players as well mixed in. So it's fun for us just to kind of see this game at all skill levels.
Yes, and one thing I've noticed here is that the player 1 side so far has been winning. We've had 3 matches.
It's a curse. It's rigged.
3 matches so far. Player 1 side has been winning, and we have Luigi versus Falco. Aoashi with Luigi and Hutchzilla with Falco.
So both of these characters are 0 to death cutscene machines. Both of them, even at 0%, have really, really insane combo routes where they can both kill you off the first touch. It's easier for Luigi than Falco, but they both rack up a ton of damage, so I think they're just button checking right now, or they're really respecting each other, but either way, at 0, either of them could die off the first interaction because both these characters just have crazy combo routes.
So that's why we're seeing such a cautious start here. These two players are really respecting each other, trying to find what their confirm is going to be because the massive is so damaged. The damage is so massive.
I'm pretty sure this is a button check, or they're trolling.
I mean, I can't.
We're gonna find out with you guys.
I was gonna
but
say.
yeah, it's a button check.
They're not
Okay.
even, I was gonna say, yeah, they're
Yeah,
not
button
even
check.
trying to go ahead
Okay.
each other right now.
I'm like, you give your opponent respect, not that much respect. Yeah, they're just testing their buttons, so they should be good to go. We're gonna be getting into this soon. But yes,
Very good.
Falco and Luigi both super crazy on offense. They both kind of have lackluster recovery, but they both kill really early, and they're both scary. We're seeing a lot of resurgence for Luigi players at top level. Not as much for Falco, but Falco, again, one of those characters where like jab, up tilt, neutral air, all that stuff can just lead to so much damage. So they both have to be really careful here.
Okay, we've locked in. Once again, Luigi versus Falco, Aoashi versus Hutchzilla.
Yeah, and honestly, obviously this could go either way. I think the big thing here is they both have crazy combo routes. Who's ready to execute them? Right now, looks like Hutchzilla's off on the start.
That's right. Strong confirm here for Hutchzilla. And here we go once again for that launch combo. Well done. Oh, yeah, try to get the follow-up here.
And, oh, but he saved Luigi!
Oh, my goodness.
All right, you know what?
That was a crazy situation. My gosh.
So it made sense for Luigi to go for that because obviously he was so far down in percent anyway.
Yes.
That down B has invincibility on it and also can set up for a lot of kills, so you got to watch out for that. You see, Hutchzilla definitely seems to be in the driver's seat on these combos, but we're starting to see Aoashi start to fight back a little bit. So his grab is also a projectile after the grab frames are inactive, and it leads to like a lot of like scary situations for Luigi. So as you can see, from there he can get a grab, and he misspaced that back air, but he could have potentially gotten the kill. But even when the grab isn't active, it's really good on shield because it's a projectile, basically.
Right. Unbelievable. And we did see a very strong start here initially by Falco, but it seems that Luigi at this point is doing a fantastic job keeping Falco at bay. Great use of armor there.
Ooh, I like that tricky back air from the Falco. What he's doing, he's trying to cover all the tech options with that side B because it can lead to a stock. So neutral get up or either of the rolls all could have been a stock for Falco, but he misspaced it a little bit. And speaking of misspacing, wasn't able to recover back to the ledge there. So Luigi is one stock up while Falco is at 0. If Luigi finds a grab, he could potentially win the whole game.
I'm really liking how Luigi is playing a little bit more elusive. Whenever he sees Falco going up on a platform, he's running up into the opposite side. He's not allowing that cross opportunity. But here we go, everybody. Once again, you know, fighting on the edge of the ledge, and fantastic stuff for corner control here for Luigi on that ledge.
Yeah, he tried to end it all right there with the dare. Nobody was home. Falco, meanwhile, neutral air dragged down into down tilt, going to seal up the stock. So now Falco's got to recover really carefully. He's missed 2 recoveries so far, and Luigi is a really, really powerful character at controlling the corner. So Hutch way down in percent here.
Oh, my goodness.
And way too low to recover.
That's right. That's
yeah.
an emergency state right there. Fantastic stuff here for Aoashi. Well done.
Yeah, he might have wanted to try to wall jump from down there. Falco has a wall jump that helps him recover, but I don't think he was at the right spacing for it. So unfortunately, that is going to be 3 stocks, all kind of just forcing that missed recovery, and Aoashi's going to come out the better person for it. But we did see some really strong Falco combos right at the start of the match.
We did.
Like within 10 seconds, he had already gotten Luigi to like 70%, because that's just how both these characters go. So
Right. I feel that as the match was going on, Ashi was feeling a little bit more comfortable, and then that's when he was able to read a situation a little bit better and get those bigger confirms. But Hutchzilla, because he was doing better earlier in the round, I think he has a good chance of bringing this back.
he should have a pretty solid oh, he got grabbed at 0.
Oh.
Are we seeing the thing? No miss space on the back air. But still, the funny thing about Luigi, when he doesn't kill you for that grab at 0, he's still getting 60, 70, 80%. And at these mid-percents, he also has kill confirms, like up tilt and up B.
Wow.
So that's an easy first stock for Aoashi. Oof.
Well done there. Okay, great ground control here for Falco. Right over the plunger.
Yeah, trying to like box with Luigi is scary, but Falco doesn't really have a plan B that isn't being in boxing range, so you just got to pick your shots and also like really make sure you're not whiffing or even a little bit negative on shield.
Oh
And
my gosh.
speaking of,
Yeah, a little bit of a scramble off the ledge here.
that grab is so incredibly good.
This is such a strong back and forth, and there you go with the strong launch there for Luigi. He flushes out.
All right, up tilt, nobody home for the back air, but he does bait out the defensive option and is able to at least find that stock. However, at 5% and as a spacey, very, very heavy, very easy to combo, has to be really, really careful. So we need to see some really, really incredible plays from Hudzilla to stay in this bracket.
And it's one thing we're really seeing Luigi doing is he's staying out of range of Hudzilla, and then when he sees a cooldown, then he's going in and getting those confirms.
All right, Hudzilla starting to scrap back a little bit, starting to find some openings there with the up tilt. Misspaced it a little bit there.
Yes.
Almost out of the death range here, but he's at 60%, so still got to be really careful of getting grabbed, getting up tilted. A lot of things Luigi can do can lead to the stock right here. Oh, there it is. No, wasn't able to find the upbeat to actually kill, but still racking up a bunch of damage. So now Hudzilla on his winner side life here. Down throw into Tornado is definitely going to not do it. One more chance.
Unbelievable. Here we go. Hudzilla. Man, trying to keep this aerial juggle going here and keeping control of that ledge. Oh my gosh. A little bit of scrambles off the side of the sledge yet again, and Hudzilla gets the win.
Yeah, silly situation there. Both players trying to just edge guard the other. But now we do have the stocks even here. But 135, not really a place to get comfortable. Got to be really careful. Luigi's out of shield options, like up smash out of shield.
Oh my goodness.
Will also kill, so that's going to do it.
Very good. Close. That was a very, very close round there, especially towards the end. I felt Hudzilla, when accessing a little bit more of the laser, the laser gun and everything, and then following up with the pressure behind it, he was doing a whole lot better. But Aoashi clutching it out in the end. Great stuff there for Aoashi and Luigi.
So that's going to be a 2-0 right there. Yeah, very volatile matchup for both players, but Aoashi was just a little bit quicker on the draw with finding those confirms. And like you said, he was doing a great job of spacing away from Falco's big, scariest hit confirms, like those neutral layers and those up tilts. And he also had a lot more opportunities to whiff punish because he just kept staying at that mid-range and just – it kind of – sometimes you kind of have those characters where they kind of just give you your own rope and, like, he knows that if he gets, like, eye-to-eye with Falco, it could be anybody's game, but staying just out of range and just being able to whiff punish, he's like, oh, I didn't have an opportunity, but now I do, so now I'm going to be able to confirm off really anything you're doing here. So, quick 2 games there for Aoashi. Next player is coming to the stage. Player 2's name is Boo. And player 1 is UTK DBQ Hammerbro. That's multiple sponsors, so I'm going to go ahead and take a look, or at least, prefixes at least. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a look and see who they run here. But again, gonna be some exciting. I feel like I know the name Hammer Bro. I need to double check something real quick. Pretty confident I've heard that tag before. But either way, still early in the pools. You got a lot of matches this weekend, a lot more blocks later on. So gonna figure out who we're going to start seeing once we get close to that top 64 area.
And ironically, that's another win on the player 1 side. So right now it's been Cola, Jazzy. Oh no, wait, I'm sorry. Pro Mama.
Pro Mama Mia.
On Pro Mama Mia on player 2 side.
So on the app, just looked up Hammer Bro, and this looks like a Tennessee Ice Climber / Min Min. So Ice Climbers, like they are in every single other game they've ever been in, are really, really scary if they grab you. So, yet again, every time they make this character, the results end up the same. If you give somebody 2 characters, they will have 0-to-death combos.
Massive damage, like Incineroar.
Yes. Grappler's always scary. But it looks like his opponent, Boo, Game & Watch is a really, really hard character to pressure. He has a giant, invincible, super disjointed up B out of shield. So Game & Watch is like a fantastic game. Game & Watch is like a top 8 character, low-key. But like maybe higher, honestly, based on results. Probably top 5. But this character has crazy disjoints. He's really, really light, but he's very hard to hit.
And I would imagine also it's because it seems that the hurt box and hitbox seem quite low.
Yeah, it's really hard to hit him. If you're anywhere within, roll distance, up B out of shield is a factor. His aerials are massive. He has great combos. But right now, Hammer Bro showing us the combos. 96% so far. they're not really like super overcommitting, just trying to like space a little bit with him. What they can do is desync like you're seeing, so Nana and Popo can move. He's controlling both of them, but there's like a time delay, so pretty much you can buffer one of the climber's moves while you're doing another. So you pretty much always have something active, and it's causing a lot of problems here for Boo.
Yes. Yeah, Boo really, struggling to catch up some of the damage here. He is at 124%, not a very good look, but
nice parry. Ooh.
Good stuff here. Fantastic launch here for Iceman.
Yeah, so both Ices in the driver's seat for sure right here. Taking a little bit of damage, you're going to definitely struggle to land against Game & Watch, but because Nana is still on stage, that means that they're, at their most powerful form here. Once Nana is gone, he's doing way less damage, he's getting smaller combos, his recovery is way, way worse. But Hammer Bro's doing a great job of protecting Nana, expecting those up Bs out of shield and being prepared for them, and just racking up a lot of free damage.
That's right, here we go, and we have a bit of confirms here for Gamer.
For Mr. Game & Watch, yeah.
That's right. Okay, right now trying to get his way back up on the ledge, and that fantastic anti-air, nice awareness from Hammer Bro.
Yeah, he's really good at anti-airing Game & Watch, and that is not easy to do. I mean, this character is just made of crazy disjoints, so it's definitely easier said than done. Ice Climber's aerial range isn't bad, but it's definitely not bigger than Game & Watch's, so just really good spacing you're seeing from Hammer Bro here. Nice, great roll read. Gonna take that stock with the up smash.
Oh my goodness.
3 stocks to 1.
That's right, yeah. Boomer is really trying to get a stock on the screen here right now. He has a chance at 128.
Ooh, that Blizzard's gonna lead to, this is what Ice Climbers do. That combo was dropped and it still did 47.
Yes.
Like, they're so scary. But the name of the game for this matchup is you want to separate them as fast as possible. Finally able to kill Nana. Popo by himself, very lackluster recovery, still able to make it back there, but pretty much when you're in this situation, you just want to rack up as much damage with Popo as possible because like your stock is kind of inevitable here.
Oh,
like I would be shocked if this is a 3 stock.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and here we go. Oh man, once again trying to get some of those solo confirms. He's trying to get that last bit of damage out on Hammer Bro. Here we go, finally. Here we are, and Boo holding on to 61. I think he might have a little bit of a chance as long as he can try to, get those good confirms on his side.
And he's got to stay safe. Like, he's mixing in those aerials, trying to cross up your shield.
Right.
Basically, in layman's term, his up B is like, what if EX Shore you did not, like, have after that? He's not in free fall after he does it, so he can just do it for free. And it is very hard to punish it. Like, you have to really commit to him doing it and, like, try to double jump to punish him, but he pretty much can just EX Shore you and there's no afterlag, so it's very annoying.
That's interesting.
So it's hard to find those confirms on Game & Watch, and also he racks up damage really good and he kills really early. But none of that matters because Hammer Bro just wasn't getting hit by anything substantial.
Yeah, we might see Boo try to possibly pick a different character there. Looks like he's adjusting the set a little bit.
Taking a second, possibly. But yeah, Hammer Bro was showing us some really cool combos.
Yes.
Seems to be a pretty well-known player from the Tennessee area, of course. So
yeah, he seems obviously very acclimated to the Ice Climber team there, and really was able to take control of the screen, especially with the awareness of the anti-airs and accessing the big damage, just like you were saying, Sai, earlier. That he can in the match.
Yeah, he's got to be super careful about like when he's going to pressure Mr. Game & Watch's shield. And one thing, I was kind of loosely trying to explain desyncs as quick as possible, but desyncs are just complicated.
Right.
But basically, when he has them, if nothing happens, he's controlling both of them and they're doing the same thing at the same time. If he does an action that like delays them a little bit, he can use specials with Nana while he's just kind of controlling neutral with Popo. So he basically has his own assist. He's a puppet character, almost, just about, basically. So one of the things you saw was that Nana would do Blizzard, and Boo had to shield, but the other character had plenty of time to just still go for pressure, go for baits, force out a lot of errors. So it's difficult to do. Like, it's a very technical character, but they're really, really strong.
Okay, here we go into our second game.
All right, we're getting some juggles off here. One thing we're seeing when Ice Climbers are disadvantaged is they'll just kind of side B and try to just, move as fast out of the way as possible because it's really easy for Mr. Game & Watch to rack up damage vertically like that.
Right.
So you'll see that when they're in disadvantage, they're looking for that. But also, like you pointed out in game 1, they're still really good at finding these anti-airs, and now a whole stock in under 30 seconds.
And that's a little bit of a concern there too, because this game is being very reminiscent of the first game, where we have a very quick confirm by Hammer Bro. So we're going to have to see if Boo is able to make the adjustments that he's going to need to clutch out some of this damage against the Ice Climbers.
Yeah, and right now it looks like he's trying to go for these air-to-air exchanges, and he's losing to those side Bs. Now he's trapped in the ice. Oh, they tried to go for like a footstool for a really, really huge combo right there. But yeah, Boo way down. Ooh, and Hammer Bro finding that parry was able to clean up and find a stock for it.
Right, and right now it seems that Boo, really trying, once again with Mr. Game & Watch to get some of these easier confirms there. Fantastic, gets the launch, but having a harder time with those bombs to take control of the ledge.
Yeah, just trying to at least put out some pressure with those bombs. Now this is an awkward recovery angle. Yeah, Popo can't make it back from there. So Boo does have 2 stocks on the board, but of course that means that Nana is back and the platforms coming into play. Definitely going to help out on those combo extensions.
Okay, here we go. Nice juggle opportunities here for Mr. Game & Watch. But here we go. Here come the Ice Climbers again. Oh!
Okay, I wasn't sure if Nana, if you jump after that up air, you put yourself in a really, really bad spot.
Right.
So basically the way it works is when Nana is close to Popo, he can control him. But when she's not in range to be controlled by him, she's just a CPU. And when she's not being controlled by a human, she makes terrible choices. So things got really dicey there. But it looks like Hammer Bro still pretty much in control here. Great bait.
Yep, that's right. Baited out of the armor there and went for the launch. Mr. Gamer really trying to hold on to the edge. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, trying to find something here. Ooh.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, got the launch again.
And
fantastic.
That right there was almost tag fighter neutral. It's like, yeah, I'm clipping your assist, but am I hitting you? No. So in that situation, it's interesting because I feel like Boo needed to focus hitting Nana more, but you still have to be really careful to make sure you don't get punished for it.
Yes.
So it's kind of a damned if you do, damned if you don't scenario. You have to be really careful on when you do separate them, you have to make sure that you hit Nana as fast as possible with as little commitment as possible, basically.
Right.
So there were a couple times there where he could have gotten a big punish on Nana, but Popo just kind of got back too fast. But yeah, I think Boo wasn't sure when he should go in on one of them or not, and once they got back together, Hammer Bro was just in complete control.
The damage was just increasing. I feel that Hammer Bro had a very good read of the matches pretty much the whole time. He did a fantastic job being able to control the Ice Climbers and everything. And, just like you were saying, when they were closer together, obviously, the damage was really a difficult situation there. Boo unable to really ever be able to turn the tide for his side there, for getting any momentum going. He did a good job with Mr. Game & Watch, but he was getting baited out of situations.
Yeah.
When he was trying to jump in, he was getting anti-aired. The times that he was getting launched off, he was having a hard time getting control of the ledge again. So in the end, I feel that Hammer Bro, it was a very good control of the rounds. Yeah,
he was. And not for nothing, I would assume that to be a pretty tough matchup for Ice Climbers, because when the Game & Watch is more familiar with the matchup, Up B is really good at separating them. He's got a lot of great tools to edge guard them. So Game & Watch had options. I just don't think that Boo knew exactly what to look for. And
some of the adjustments to make.
Yeah.
Right.
So that was that match. But coming up, we got Nico versus Rob Slayer.
Yes.
Rob is a very broken character in this game, so we do need a Rob Slayer. Not mad about that. I don't know if he is Rob Slayer that plays Rob or if he counterpicks Rob, but it's a very broken and very common character to deal with. So I shouldn't say broken, but very, 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 very
strong.
Yeah, we'll say it that way.
Strong.
Annoying. Yes. I also picked up Rob because at a point I was like, I'm employed and I want a character that plays the game for me a little bit.
There's
and
wrong,
Rob does
I feel, especially in multiple fighting games, having a pocket character that you go, you know what, my main character, this isn't the best matchup, so I'm going to pull the pocket character out. Back in the day, it would be a pocket Blanca. You know, you
A
can say,
pocket
hey, I have a
Blanca.
pocket Blanca, I have a pocket Akuma, I have a pocket Ken. So
Oh, so many pocket Kens. Oh my god.
we
Yeah.
have a pocket Rob. Here we go.
I have a pocket Rob. That character's just nuts. But looks like neither of them actually will be playing. Maybe they will. Maybe they're just choosing their song. We will find out in a moment. But yeah, by the way, this is no easy feat. This game has nearly 90 characters.
Yes.
So knowing what they do and also knowing all their matchups with each other,
It's difficult.
even this far into my casting career, I will randomly see a matchup. I'm like, oh, I actually don't know what Me Gunner does against Isabel. You know, like there's still random matchups to run into. So
Absolutely.
it is a lot of effort.
You know, and I would imagine too, a character specialist for a character that isn't seen that often is a bit difficult.
But it looks like Rob Slayer is someone that plays Rob, so you're going to get to see how crazy Rob is in this game. His boxing tools are insane. Gyro, which right now Ike has control over, is an insane projectile that's really active, leads to death in tons of situations, really just controls neutral for you. This was pretty much Timelander before we got Timelander. This is about as close as Smash got to that. So Rob has great options out of shield with that forward air. Up tilt, down tilt is like 3, maybe 4 frames, and it trips. This character's nuts. Ike, on the other hand, has good damage, has a couple of strong aerials that he can play neutral with, but not nearly the same caliber as Rob. And dead.
Man, fantastic.
Oh, he lived. Wow.
Oh, here we go. Okay. Trying to get him off the side. Oh, man, fantastic control here of his aerials. But here we go from the launch situation again.
Yeah, he's trying to find something. This should kill. Yes, that's definitely going to kill. That Rob up air is notoriously hard to DI. I think at 160 you're kind of cooked either way, but Rob Slayer is in the driver's seat. The main move you're going to see Ike do is that neutral air he's doing, that big swinging sword aerial. It leads to a lot of like combos that kill.
Yes.
But Rob is just respecting it a lot, spending a lot of time in shield because Ike's grab game isn't that scary. So.
Right. And really, what's happening is that the shield unable, to get that damage or anything, and then he's catching recovery frames of that for a nice confirm. Well done.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Nico was trying to find a way to air dodge to the stage. Ooh, we almost saw some really crazy Rob combos right there. Still got an opportunity here. Great roll read, a little bit late on the punish, but Rob's definitely got the download.
Okay, right over projectile there. Okay, here we go. Fantastic launch here for Ike. Good stuff. Is he getting close to tying it up?
Yeah. So, does at least have a stock off board. That side B kills early, is active for 135,000 years. Really hard to deal with move. Nice. Another read on those rolls.
Yeah, Ike having a little bit of a difficult time here, but okay, a little bit of scramble into a juggle situation. Fantastic. And he's getting some solid confirms with the sword.
He's getting some combos, but the gyro is going to give you even better combos. So the way gyro works in this game is pretty much any idea you have, it probably works. When you hit somebody with the gyro, it will send them in the direction that Rob is facing. So in that scenario, he put the gyro back there and turned around, and it just brought him right into Rob's face for that combo. So there's a lot of really insane ways that Rob can kill with that thing.
Unbelievable. Yeah, fantastic. It's a little bit interesting there, especially because we have Rob Slayer with the setups that you were just saying with the gyro roll there, and then we had Hammer Bros just earlier with the setups of the 2 Ice Climbers.
Oh, yeah. We're definitely seeing some pretty solid representation of these characters as far in the meta. Oh, nice down air. Wasn't able to get the second one. Nico was still a pretty low percent, but despite that opening, Nico does have a little bit of lead here. That late hit neutral air leads to like pretty much imagination for Ike, so that's why he's spacing it out. It's also really good on shield, so that's the main thing. If you can space around it, Ike really suffers, but if you don't know how to deal with it, this character is a little bit of a noob slayer.
I'm really liking how Ike is trying to get the cross up on Rob there. Okay. Man, great use of lasers here for Rob.
Nice.
But, man, Ike, he's really getting a lot of very good confirms. Fantastic adjustments.
Yeah. Using the gyro against Rob Slayer, easier said than done. So good stuff right there. Only at 63%, so Rob Slayer got to kind of control the match, control the pace a little bit better. Late back air, going to set up for the edge guard. Another late back air for the neutral get up.
Yeah, trying to get the follow-up there with the laser off of the ledge, but a little bit of an anti-air whiff.
Nice.
Oh, here we go. Fantastic launch once again.
You would be very unhappy to see the hitbox on Rob back here, but just know it is absolutely massive. And he also moves when he does it, so it's really functionally even bigger. But still, ooh!
Oh my goodness.
A little bit late grabbing the ledge there, and an easy cleanup with that max rage down there. Gonna give Nico the second stock, and some nice damage on that up B. This is a huge turnaround from game one. Rob Slayer really struggling.
Yeah, Ike doing a fantastic job, really outranging Rob off and on and capitalizing on those moments on the ledges.
Yeah, and Rob is not a character that struggles that bad to get off stage, so good stuff. Now, that up throw is going to do it. Rob is down 2 stocks, but you might see something where this game becomes even all out of nowhere, and that depends on the combos he gets the gyro at 0. So this game might even up real fast if Rob Slayer has the execution for it.
Yeah, we're really seeing a lot of, he's really trying to get a lot of aerial, but here we go, fantastic. Good stuff there for Rob, clutching it out. I like the movement that Nico's trying to do to get these confirms, but yeah, Rob really catching up here.
Yeah, so even right there, the combo he went for, I think he needed one more part of it to actually have it kill, and Ike is a little bit heavy. But a lot of characters did die there, just 60%. Rob Slayer has put on a ton of damage here, and now Nico has to make a terrible recovery, and that is the stock. So, 77 apiece, but if you are a Rob player, Rob is closer to winning this than losing this, as you're seeing right now.
Yes.
Like, gyro is an insane move, or an insane projectile.
And I'm really liking the movement we're seeing Rob doing right now. It's very elusive, very setup heavy. Man, fantastic stuff. Catching the armor. Oh my goodness, yeah, going for the grab.
Wow, and just like that, you're starting to see why this character is such a nightmare in the meta. Forced out the air dodge, forward air is going to do it, and a reverse 3 stock going to come through for Rob Slayer.
Well done.
He was way down in that game, but Rob, it is so easy. As Zama, the best Rob, has famously said, I don't need to outplay you for 3 minutes, I just need to outplay you for 3 stocks. And that's what you saw right there. Doesn't take a lot.
That's right. We really saw Rob Slayer, a fantastic usage of everything that he needed. Great presence in the center of the stage, great presence in, once again, ledge control, forcing Ike unable to return back to the ledge. A lot of the power moves to force him off of the center of the screen. I feel that he did a good job. Nico, he was making the right adjustments halfway through, but just unable to clutch it out.
I think Nico was using the stage really well. We saw some great use of the battlefield platforms. He was getting some fun extensions. At one point, he even killed Rob Slayer with his own gyro.
Right.
With I think he did gyro runoff up air, which was definitely like a custom combo that you don't see often. So good start, but wasn't enough to take it. Meanwhile, coming up, we have a player named Twist, going to be fighting Jazzo, who you saw earlier. Best Ken in the world for show. And we are in Jazzo's region, so would definitely expect to see Jazzo pretty comfortably in winner's side of top 8 here. This is going to be the path, but let's see if Twist can maybe upset him. We are a little further in this bracket, and I assume we're still in winners, so looks like we are in winner semis of this pool. So
very nice. Yeah, we did see Jazzo a little bit earlier there playing against Candace Terry. Jazzo with a very strong Ken. So Twist, who do you think Twist is going to be picking?
Let's find out who Twist plays. Let's take a look real quick. Twist is, go for it, they're really fun. Twist plays, looks like Roy.
Oh, very
Looks like
nice.
I see Roy and Wario. Oh, that one's from Quebec. I don't know if that's the right one. Well, there's a bunch of Canadian players named Twist. And there's one Ganon in the U.S. Let's see which Twist it is.
Oh, here
it is
we
a
go.
Banjo player.
Banjo.
Okay.
All right.
Wow. Everybody just has his name. There's like 100 Twists in this house. So, we're going to be seeing Ken versus Banjo. So, one thing here is that Banjo could potentially kind of zone Ken out and make it tough for him to find his openings. But Jazzo, again, one of the best in the business, not really struggling too hard.
No.
Also, Banjo's like a pretty decent character at boxing, but not to the same degree as like Ken. So you see him trying to space out with these F tilts and down tilts. Definitely like just poking, playing from max range just to not trade with Ken. And so far, so good.
Okay. Fantastic aerial movement here for Banjo. He's really trying to get his setup for his bombs there. Here you go, Ken with the Shoryuken knocks Banjo straight off the side of the ledge there. Well done.
Yeah, nice stuff for sure from Jazzo. So up only at 66%, Twist didn't really get a whole lot going there. Obviously, we didn't see any Wonder Wings. We saw like some, grenade play, but nothing too crazy. First Wonder Wing, though. So when Banjo's at those low percents, he can just kind of do that at a disadvantage, so you just kind of have to respect it. Functionally, it's EX Psycho Crusher, basically.
Okay, Ken really getting a lot of momentum on his side here, but a nice quick launch there to reset the momentum on Banjo's side.
Wow, and about lap to percents, so you're seeing Jazzo starting to parry those projectiles too, so Twist can't even start to like pressuring Jazzo into panic options because Jazzo's defense is just really good. Third parry coming out, so those projectiles can like really chip at your shield and like stress you out, but if you have your parries and you have reactions like that, it really takes it off the table.
And here we go, Ken. Really cooking with oil at this point. A lot of building a wall so that Banjo is having a very difficult time trying to establish anything. Well done.
So the way Jazzo's stage control was coming into play there was that he'd hang out at roll distance. He also would hover underneath the platform. So if Banjo tried to Wonder Wing to either those two locations, he had it scouted. And if he just got up normal on the ledge, then he'd be able to run over like down tilt. So it looked simple. It looked like Ken was just kind of hanging out in one spot, but he was honestly covering a ton of different options all at once.
Yes.
So Twist was trying to find his way in with just like some bombs, maybe like a jump scare Wonder Wing, but again, Jazzo's just a legendary defensive player.
Yes, fantastic. Truly a wall at this point here. And here we go once again, Banjo and that disadvantage being stuck on the side here, but fantastic. Got the cross up and trying to hold his own towards mid-screen.
All right, here we go again. Jazzo just threatening all that space. Even right there, jump from the platform, Jazzo was able to run up and find an aerial. So it is really hard to get back on the stage against him. Banjo has a decent amount of options, but Jazzo just really has a lot covered.
Yes.
He's fighting back, though. We are seeing some more grenades and some down tilts, a little bit of chip hits, but
I'm really liking the setups that he's trying to do, but once again, and a very strong confirm here for Jazzo.
Yeah, it's so easy for him to set that up with just down tilt. It's so non-committal. So it's just a character that it's just really, really scary to interact with. And so far, looks like this second stock isn't going any better. Not going to be able to kill off that, obviously, but 70% is a great way to start things off here.
Yes.
And almost killing with the grenade. Jazzo's moving insane.
Wow, fantastic stuff here. And here we go, once again with that bomb pressure. And nice confirm here for Banjo. Ken, oh my goodness, the Shoryuken to the wall hang.
Yeah, so when Ken does focus attack, by the way, Ken or Ryu, they have like one hit of hyper armor, and they can also like dash cancel out of it. So one thing you'll see that's common for them is someone might try to throw something out to like gimp them, but they can just armor through it and then recover after. So that's what you just saw. Jazzo even clanking with the projectiles to not have to risk losing any momentum. Ooh, double parry.
Nice. Oh my gosh, and the launch right afterwards. Good stuff. Banjo really trying his best, but I was unable to clutch it out. Well done.
Yeah, you see Twisty trying so very hard to just find some semblance of an opening here. Does have Jazzo at really high percents, but he's just kind of spacing out for these forward airs, hoping Jazzo will run into it. Meanwhile, Jazzo with this opening almost won the entire set right there. But yeah, just one or two decisions away from moving on into winners finals of the school. And that's going to do it.
Well done. Fantastic stuff there for Jazzo. An extremely formidable Ken. And I really liked how we were seeing Jazzo. We were saying lots of pressure, Shoryukens, Tatsumakis, the Hadouken fireballs, but mixing in the armor off and on, and then once he would see that Banjo was in the negative state or vulnerable, just huge conversions of damage.
Yeah, that was just a rough one, but of course, these top players are here for a reason, and Jazzo absolutely defending his title as one of the best Kens in the world. But guys, that is going to do it for us for this block. So we're going to be passing to some other casters here in a moment. But as always, check me out on Twitter at SciPBLK and check out my fun podcast I have with my friends, Shonen Chumps, where we're constantly reviewing anime, Marvel, music, pop culture, all that kind of stuff. Kujo, Kate, it has been a pleasure, of course. I hope you had some fun here checking out some high-level Smash.
Yeah, it was wonderful. It was really good, really good. Fantastic matches. Thank you guys so much for sharing this with us at home. And these matches at DreamHack have been truly amazing. Amazing matches.
Yeah, some really great stuff. So don't go anywhere. We got some more action coming up shortly. Please stay tuned. And as always, have a great day.